Hey everybody, welcome back to No Meat Meals. I'm Jeff Benda, and today I'm gonna teach you how to make a black bean burger. When I first had a black bean burger, it was awful. I'm gonna tell you guys that. I had it at a restaurant. This was before Yelp, so I was not able to post a really bad review because I don't even think the internet was invented back then. But I'm gonna try to teach you guys how to make a really good black bean burger because I think I've mastered it. Here we go. We're gonna start off with the vegetables for this. We have baby bella mushrooms. I'm using green onions, but you can use some yellow onion. And I've got a red bell pepper. So we're just gonna take the seeds out, get all the white stuff off. So in a skillet, I'm gonna just put the vegetables, mushrooms, the onion, and the bell pepper. Now the secret to this, I am not gonna put any oil in this, just salt. The reason I just put salt on it instead of oil is because when making the burger, we don't want a lot of moisture, right? So we are trying to draw out the moisture from these vegetables. So again, we're gonna do the same thing with the beans. I'm gonna take 1 can of black beans and we're gonna drain it as much as possible over the sink. Now that I've just drained the beans, I'm gonna put it in a non-stick pan. Now, normally I don't use non-stick, but for this particular process, it's the best way. We're just gonna cook these on medium heat, just trying to draw out that moisture. Now, between the beans and the veggies, again, this is not gonna be rushed. It's gonna take about 10 minutes. You're only gonna be stirring these just occasionally, okay? Just be patient. Again, no oil. We're just cooking these just enough to draw out that moisture. All right, so the key to what makes this black bean burger really good is the sauteed onions on top. So we're gonna do that while our black beans and our veggies are cooking. I've got a large cast iron skillet warming up. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in it. And now we're gonna move our onions over there. Now, a good sauteed onion is gonna take 20 to 30 minutes. Again, this is not a rushed process. You can do it faster, but for them to caramelize and cook properly, it's gonna take at least 20 minutes. So now we're gonna make the black bean burger. Here goes the black beans, our vegetables, 1 egg without shell. Now we're gonna do our breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs, smoked paprika, some salt, onion and garlic powder, and I'm gonna add a little fresh ground pepper. We're gonna blend it up. That's it. This is the consistency that we're looking for, okay? Before I start this, I'm gonna check on my sauteed onions and give them a stir. Okay, now here's the fun part. What I like to do is oil my hands with the olive oil. When I think about this, I always think about when the bishop is ordaining a priest and he anoints the priest's hands with chrism oil, the sacred chrism, he can get pretty generous depending on the bishop, right? And we want to be really generous. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to put the olive oil on our hands, okay? Just like that. Then you're going to reach in here and you're going to make the patty. And we're going to put them on a parchment-lined pan because these are going to go in the fridge. Again, I use parchment paper lined for easy cleanup. Okay, so now I'm going to take these, I'm going to put these in the fridge. Okay, so these have been in the fridge for about 20 minutes, so they're now time for our dredging station. As you can see, I have flour, all-purpose flour, egg, panko breadcrumbs. This is always what we do for dredging these burgers before we start frying. Into the flour, into the egg, into the breadcrumbs. Okay, so it's time to put our burgers on, but before we do, our onions are done, almost done. We're gonna add a little bit of butter, some black pepper, a little bit of salt, and now we're going to put these in a bowl. These are going to go on top of our burger. Okay, using the same pan. We don't need to dirty any more pans. Using the same pan, the same skillet that we just took the onions out of, we're going to add a little bit more butter, and then we're going to cook our burgers. A little butter, a little olive oil. Again, we always add a little bit of olive oil. That way our butter doesn't burn. In goes that burger. And we're going to cook these for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to flip them over and cook them another 2 to 3 minutes. All right, these last couple of minutes for our black bean burgers, we're going to go ahead and butter our buns. I always like buttered buns. I think it makes a better burger. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to make these burgers, these black bean burgers, cheeseburgers. I'm going to put pepper jack on mine, and then I'm making another one for my wife. I'm going to put provolone and some mozzarella on hers. We don't want to have this cooking too long and burn our burgers. So now we're going to actually cover it with a lid. And if you do, we're just going to put a little bit of water. Be careful because there's oil in there. So we're just going to put a tiny bit of water, and then we're going to cover it up and turn the heat off. And in 30 seconds, we're going to have melted cheese. All right, these are looking perfect. Look at that, guys. There's my pepper jack one. There's the mozzarella and provolone. In that same pan now, just for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and toast the buns. All right, now our buns should be toasted perfectly. And if I'm right, yes. You guys, we have all those caramelized onion bits stuck on the bun with the butter. Look at that. My favorite part. Guacamole. I'm gonna spread it on the bottom. Here come the onions. These grilled, these sauteed onions that we did. So now is the moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and cut into this burger. This is gonna be messy. So guys, before I bite into this and get all crazy and devour this thing, don't forget, like, subscribe, share this video, and we'll see you next time. That's really good.